According to development experts, one of the critical ingredients for an entrepreneur to be successful is to be innovative with his or her entrepreneurial skill. Many have ideas, but only few decide to take their ideas to the next level. A true entrepreneur is a doer, not a dreamer. It is on this motivational statement that will bring you this week's edition of the program that will be focusing on another innovative milestone in the Nigerian industrial sector. Tripple Gee Company PLC is a manufacturer of financial and commercial instruments, labels, flexible packaging materials, and high-end authentication and verification services. Indeed, Tripple Gee is a company that has established itself as an innovative company. The company that is fully supported by the Bank of Industry recently launched the 11-color Now Peter Flexo Press, which is the first of its kind in Nigeria and the second on the entire African continent. The company has over 40 years' experience manufacturing secure and financial commercial instruments in the country. The company, with the active backing of BOI, will greatly improve delivery timelines, provide more jobs, and can generate the much-needed foreign exchange for Nigeria through its export potential to other African countries. Just before we bring you the commissioning ceremony, here is a flashback to a one-on-one interview with the BOI Impact crew, where the Group Managing Director, Mrs. Adebimpe Biwa, spoke on the company's mission and capabilities. Welcome to this week's edition of BOI Impact. I am Hadiza Olaosebikan.
Tripple Gee has the capacity to identify emerging markets, to identify what is actually missing in the market, as in adding values to existing markets. So opportunities keep coming, and we tap into the opportunities, and we try to expand the scope by also introducing new businesses, diversifying the business. So the next thing for us is to always look at opportunities that is coming up and try to tap into it, which has been the strength of Tripple Gee. And Tripple Gee was the first company, indigenous local company, to get accredited by Central Bank of Nigeria to produce checkbooks for financial institutions, as well as other secure documents. It was Tripple Gee. And from there, fast forward now, we've seen opportunities in packaging. And the packaging, we've diversified into different sections of packaging. We are into flexo packaging. We are into flexible packaging. And with this, we've expanded our scope to FMCGs. We've expanded into oil and gas. We've expanded to pharmaceuticals, So there is actually no section that you don't have a Tripple Gee hand there. We are printing for one industry or the other. We are the one that print your vehicle licenses and stuff like that. And in recent time, we've also diversified into IT because we saw an opportunity there, and we're trying to address that. It's a new app, though we've started using it, but it's still new. It's our baby. It's called True Data App. The True Data App is to prevent counterfeiting of secure documents. So I think that has been Tripple Gee's strength. We are not staying, we are borderless, we are not staying somewhere. We tap opportunities and we keep going. I was with a friend and I was just telling him my plans, blah, blah, blah. I said, have you requested for facility from Bank of, I said, Bank of Industry. I don't know anybody in Bank of Industry. He said, you don't need to, I said, for where in this Nigeria, you must know somebody there. He said, no. I said, are you serious? I said, yes. I said, okay. So how do I go about it? And that's how Bank of Industry issue started. And I can tell you, Bank of Industry staff, they are so professional, receptive, dedicated. And to my amazement, I was like, if this can exist in Nigeria, I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody in Bank of Industry. And I got the first facility I got, because right now we are processing another facility. And I think you just need to have your right documents, the requirements. After verification, you don't need to, I'm restating it, you don't need to know anybody.
Some of their products are also exported.
The security unit has been servicing outside Nigeria market. We do checks for Sierra Leone, we do checks for Senegal, Ivory Coast, Benin Republic. So that's the security units. But presently, the packaging unit has also penetrated Unilever Ghana. And I can assure you in another 1-2 years, we will be the one servicing all the Unilevers and likes in the West African country. So we are there, we are in Nigeria, and we're outside Nigeria.
Welcome back. Just as she mentioned in the interview, the company has been growing from strength to strength with the active support of the Bank of Industry. It is obvious that the mission of Tripple G, which is to locally manufacture and sell quality paper and paper-related products of the highest global standards nationally and regionally, is in line with the vision of the federal government of Nigeria to ensure that Nigeria is industrialized. The 11-color Nile Peter Flexo machine was commissioned by the representative of the Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otumani Adebayo, Mrs. Olumuyiwa Ajayi-Ade, Deputy Director, Industrial Development at the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, supported by the Director General of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Mr. Segun Ajayi Kadiri, the Chairman of Tripple G, Mr. Sam Ainuola, the Group Managing Director, Mrs. Adebin Pegiwa, as well as other relevant stakeholders who graced the remarkable occasion with their presence. Stay tuned as we bring you the highlights of the commissioning ceremony. Don't go away.
It stands out in terms of speed.
The Chairman Board of Directors, Tripple G, Mr. Sam Ainuola, in his welcome address mentioned some of the distinguishing features of the 11-color Nile Peter machine.
The Nile Peter 11-color Flexo press that brought us here today is the first of its kind in Nigeria and the second in Africa. It stands out in terms of speed, quality, and the variety of substances that it can print. It prints on virtually any flexible substrate like SAL, PP, PVC, BOPP, cards, polythene, different nylon types, foils, fabric, and so on. Another outstanding feature is its grammage range, which could go for as low as 75 GSM to as high as 400 GSM. It's a highly automated equipment with each print unit servo-driven, giving the operator of the machine unprecedented flexibility and control. It runs at an average speed of 200 meters per minute, which is quite significant for the quality of output produced. It offers top-of-the-range technologies for color matching, registration, and other print processes. It reduces wastages on operation while conversely increasing output with significantly improved material yield.
Representative of the Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otumani Adebayo, Mrs. Olumuyiwa Ajayi-Ade, Deputy Director, Industrial Development at the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, said the Nigerian printing industry is about to witness a major boost with the acquisition of the machine.
Having realized the importance of the graphic and printing industry in Nigeria, which is a great employer of labor and has more potential for wealth creation, poverty alleviation, and revenue generation, the ministry is therefore very interested in the growth and sustenance of the industry through the provision of adequate and timely support. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I must express my heartfelt gratitude to the management of Tripple G and Company Limited for this great innovation brought into the graphic and printing industry, while congratulating you on your recognition as being the 11th in Nigeria and 27th in Africa, fastest growing company by Financial Times UK ranking, which is no mean feat. I wish to encourage you to continue with the good work. I also want to assure you that the ministry is available to support the further growth of the company.
The Lagos State Manager of the Bank of Industry, Uche Nwachukwu, who represented the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the bank, Mr. Olaosebikan, said the support of the bank has a positive effect on the company.
BOI is the leading development finance institution in Nigeria, and our mandate really is to provide financial assistance for the establishment of large, medium, small, and micro enterprises in Nigeria, as well as for the expansion, diversification, and modernization of existing enterprises. So the project being implemented by Tripple G falls directly within our purview. Last year alone, BOI disbursed over 200 billion to businesses such as this, and the impact of BOI financing on the operations of Tripple G has also been immediate. Talking about increased production capacity by over 250%, increased range of products and colors, 40% growth in customer base, re-entry into several African countries, forex earnings, improved environmental standards given the new quality printer, as well as increased employment. I can go on and on and on. The benefits are too many. So on behalf of the Managing Director of Bank of Industry, Mr. Olaosebikan, we wish to felicitate with Tripple G on the attainment of this very important milestone.
The Group Managing Director, Mrs. Adebimpe Giwa, in her address commended the efforts of stakeholders involved in the achievements of the company.
We can't record the success story without the support of our funding partners that shared our dreams. Provida's support led to BOI's support, and it's been marvelous all along. And I pray that we continue. I will not disappoint you. Tripple G will not disappoint you, and we'll continue to go together. To my esteemed, hardworking management team and the entire workforce for believing in the vision of Tripple G & Co. PLC, I thank you all, because without you, I wouldn't have been able to do it alone, and I can't do it alone. Together, we have been doing it, and together, we will get there.
After the speeches, Mrs. Olumiyiwa Ajayade led other dignitaries to commission and inspect the newly acquired 11-color knife printer machine. Tripple G uses state-of-the-art press, printing and finishing equipment to produce a range of products for its clients. The production manager of the company, Mr. Adebayo Kayode, tells us more.
This is a Tripple G company, and we're into light packaging, we're into security printing, and we are into total what we call production printing process. And Tripple G company is one of the international company located here in Nigeria. We are into many aspects of printing. We can print on anything. The only thing we cannot print on is what we call water. We cannot print on water, but on any other substrate, we can print on it. And that's why we want to showcase what we have in our Tripple G & Company PLC to the world for them to know what we are into. We call this one Neopita printing machine. It's 11 color, very superb. And this particular machine is financed by BOI, that's Bank of Industry. I give them kudos because they believe in us, they believe in Tripple Gee Nigerian PLC. This is the machine they just financed for us, and nobody has this particular machine in Nigeria as of today. We are the first that purchased this particular machine through assistance of BOI. And you can see what this machine can do. It has the capacity of 300 speed per minute. It can print on any substrate. It can print on BOPP. It can print on PVC. It can print on PET. It can print on aluminum foil. It can print on paper. It's multi-purpose as the machine is, and it has a capacity of speed of 350, and it's 11 color units. Now we're coming to Flexo 2 session, where we have another printing machine that can print up to 8 color. The first Neopita machine can print up to 11 color, while here we have what we call Flexo Master. Flexo Master is another wonderful machine here that it can print up to 8 printing color. Here what we are doing here, we call it Eze Biro. Eze Biro, the sticker on all the pen we are using. This is what we are producing here already. And the machine has ability to print on 8 color. It has ability to print on 8 color. You can see the 8 different units. And with this machine, it can print on anything substrate, either BOPP, either PP, SAR, PETs, wet strength. That's all we want to explain concerning this particular. From here, after printing, we move to editing and rewinding. This is a gravure session. In this gravure session, we have our gravure machine stated over there in 6 color. We have our laminate machine, 2 and 3 ply laminate machine. Very close over there, we have what we call slitting machine. Slitting machine is the machine that slits all the material for the printing machine that we have here.
Somebody come and say, Madam, please, what is this machine you are using? I said, oh, God, relax. We've just started. Do you get? So I'm so excited because I know that this is the beginning.
Head of Marketing at Tripple Gee mentioned some of the achievements of the company in the area of staff strength, investment, and production capacity.
Initially, Tripple Gee moved from 300 million to 2 billion, under a couple of years. So it's something that everybody needs to ask questions. What are they doing differently? And I think during the period of COVID, that was the time we skyrocketed from 300 million to 2 billion. So it was like, are these people really facing these COVID issues that is in Nigeria, the outbreak and all that? So that was, I think that is basically what got us into the financial ranking. Basically for the staff strength, we are over 100 staffs in Tripple Gee. And for talking about the capacity, of course, for the security aspect, we have machines where we have the Mola, we have the Rotatech, we have a lot of machines that we use in doing, of course, the security aspect, because that is basically for the security jobs, whereby we print the checks, the flow lines, ATC, all the things with secured features, the tickets and all that. When we talk about the packaging units, that's where we talk about the flexible aspects, the SAL, the PVC, the PP, the laminate itself, which is the market. And of course the coming in of this Neopita definitely going to turn over the capacity, and that's why I termed the Neopita the game changer, because the machine, the output, the clarity of the prints, this is of course when this is what the customers are really looking at. They don't just want to print with any printer, but of course giving them the value for their money.
The regional manager, Lagos, at the Bank of Industry, Mr. Kagara Ahmed, at an interview spoke further on the relationship between the bank and Triple G.
Triple G and Bank of Industry started 2021 because it's even a new relationship. However, so far so good. We are so impressed with the activities of the company. I have personally visited the company and I've seen what they are doing. I've seen the line of businesses, about 3 line of businesses, and those line of businesses are set up to address major demand, major need of the economy, some of which include things that hitherto we do it abroad. And if we do something abroad, and today we are doing it in Nigeria, you can see how important and how relevant it is. It will help us in the foreign exchange reservation. It's a kind of foreign exchange substitution, and it makes the economy grow. They produce for other companies, meaning that there are linkages. The more those other off-takers grow, the company will keep growing.
The Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Industry, Mr. Olaosebikan, says the bank will continue to support the SME sector.
On the average, if you are a medium-sized company and you want to borrow money in Nigeria here, you are paying anywhere between 20% and 32%. At those kind of interest rates, long-term development, for these companies is clearly not sustainable. So government has agreed that we need to assist some of these companies. The areas of emphasis, companies that produce goods, that will reduce our dependence on importation. Companies that have backward linkages, companies that actually recruit a lot of people and promote employment. So we say, look, they're going to get money at less than 10%. These guys are the engine of growth. They have to be assisted.
Just as the saying goes, innovation is a specific tool of entrepreneurs, the means by which they exploit change as an opportunity for a different business or a different service. It is an act that endows resources with a new capacity to create wealth. So if you have an innovative idea that can be translated to job and wealth creation, why not visit the Bank of Industry office nearest to you, and together we'll explore a world of endless possibilities. It is on this note that we draw the curtains on this week's edition of the program. We hope to see you next week as we bring you another edition of BOI Impact. I am Hadiza Olaosebikan. Bye for now.